The British Prime Minister and his fiancée want to rebuild Downing Street, but that should be more expensive than taxpayers can expect. A fundraising campaign is supposed to help. By the way, you should stay tuned until the end if you don't want to miss anything interesting, and if you don't want to miss anything at all, just subscribe to my channel and click the little bell. Boris Johnson, his fiancée Carrie Symonds, and their son Wilfried Laurie Nicholas do not seem to be quite comfortable in 11 Downing Street, right next to the government seat in number 10. The couple would like to furnish the 4-bedroom apartment more to their own taste and get rid of the, what they call John Lewis nightmare that their predecessors left behind. The British Tatler quotes Symonds. John Lewis is a popular mid-range UK store that is likely to be very popular with many of the voters who enabled Johnson to move into Downing Street. The problem with this, apart from the fact that Symonds' statement is quite snobbish, that its taste is probably much more exclusive than the budget for the redesign allows it. The Premier has £30,000 a year at his disposal to design the rooms in such a way that he, his family and high-ranking guests feel comfortable there. Since it is a grey area between work and private purposes, Johnson could supposedly finance the new interior himself. His American counterparts Barack Obama and Donald Trump are said to have invested $1.5 million and $1.75 million in remodeling there when they moved into the White House. Johnson does not seem to be ready to do this, supposedly because of his obligations from several divorces and to at least 6 children. A fundraising campaign is supposed to remedy the situation, with the official purpose of preserving the buildings in Downing Street 10 and 11 for reasons of cultural and historical protection. At least here, London would like to orientate itself on Washington, where find and individual donations allow the moving presidents and their families to spend around $100,000 on remodeling, furniture and decoration. British experts are skeptical, however, as to whether gifts of money in favor of the Premier's facility are booked as donations and whether the recipients can claim corresponding tax advantages. In order to qualify as a charity, a needy group would have to benefit from the funds raised. I'm really not sure whether the Prime Minister and his fiancée qualify, the British Guardian quotes the former chairman of the Committee on Standards in Public Life, which advises the government on ethical issues. Alternatively, the results would have to be available to the public, for example, which is impossible on Downing Street for safety reasons alone. In addition, a fundraising campaign in favor of a public servant would cause other problems and open backdoors to his unauthorized favoring, for example. In any case, he would be beside himself if the fundraising campaign were approved, according to the ethical standards expert. According to the British media, despite these concerns, the charity plans are already being discussed in upper administrative circles. The charity committee has not yet signed it, however, and Johnson's spokeswoman Allegra Stratton referred to it as mere speculation. There already seems to be at least one willing donor. The Guardian reported that taxi operator John Griffin had already expressed himself benevolently. Griffin is a major donor to Johnson's Conservatives, to whom he has historically transferred over £4 million. He also defended a possible facility fundraiser, according to the newspaper. The entrepreneur referred to the government's success in the pandemic as the reason. Oh boy. Boris Johnson did very well during the COVID-19 crisis, he says. The public is happy with his performance and I'm ready to support him, said Griffin, not me. He would give Johnson a few pounds or at least buy a ticket. If they actually want to put the charity plans into action, Johnson and Symonds could take another look at Washington. It was there that the First Lady at the time, Jackie Kennedy, founded the cult of particularly stylish interior for the White House. It even received an Emmy in 1962 after 56 million Americans watched a CBS News film tour of the redesigned seat of government. At the time, however, the USA was not in a crisis comparable to the situation in Great Britain as a result of Brexit and the corona pandemic. At a time when many Britons are worried financially, the Premier's interior upgrade may not go down as well as it did with the Kennedys, and it would be really insensitive to do so. Sorry. And another thing, according to the US manufacturer, the vaccine candidate from Novavax offers a high level of protection against the original coronavirus and the highly contagious B.1.1.7 variant from Great Britain. As Novavax announced, its vaccine candidate showed an effectiveness of 96.4% against mild, moderate and severe diseases caused by the original coronavirus. This means that 96.4% fewer diseases occurred among the subjects in the vaccinated group than in the control group. The vaccine candidate from Novavax shows an effectiveness of 86.3% against the highly contagious B.1.1.7 variant of the virus, which first appeared in southern England. These results were obtained from a phase 3 vaccine study in which 15,000 people between the ages of 18 and 84 participated. British Health Minister Hancock spoke of really encouraging results. Britain has ordered 60 million doses of the protein-based vaccine. Hancock emphasized that these cans were made in northeast England. The European Medicines Agency, EMA, has already started a review process. And something else, a quick one, what should pet owners know after Brexit if they want to travel to the EU or the UK with their animals? I have a very brief overview for you here. The transition period is over since January 1st, and Great Britain is no longer part of the EU. With immediate effect, the country has the status of a listed third country, according to Article 13, Paragraph 2 of the Pet Regulation of the EU. It's number 567 of 2013, if anybody wants to know. This means that the rabies situation is basically comparable to that of the EU member states. A pet passport issued in the United Kingdom, England, Wales and Scotland, is no longer valid. Only Northern Ireland pet passes will remain valid. To enter the EU, owners need an official animal health certificate and a valid rabies vaccination. The animal must be identified with a microchip. When registering in the UK, nothing changes initially. The EU pet passport is accepted by the UK. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. And I forgot one last thing. I was talking about the elections in Germany, the state elections, in my last live stream. And I just want to mention the end results were very similar to the during election polls they made, and they showed at 6 while I was having the live stream here and what I talked about. So the whoever watched the live stream will know what I'm talking about. The result, the end result, is quite the same as it was during the live stream when we were talking about this already. So it was a personal election, so to speak. Both prime ministers, one from the Social Democrats, one from the Greens, are very popular people, and their work is very popular. And in these cases, it didn't have to do much with the parties. All the polls that were made about the analyses have shown that as well. More than half of the voters of that party have only voted because of the person. And so you can't compare this with other elections, and especially it's not really saying something about the general election coming up in September. But I just want to let you know, at least those that have been watching on Sunday during my live stream, that's why I did it now, even after the end. But still, auf Wiedersehen.